du-te acolo la captură de input audio. Da. Dă pe ochiul ăla. Da. Dă-i click dreapta. Eu mă aud pe mine. Ia taci. Mă aud pe mine. Așa, deci du-te acolo la ecran. Click, așa. Dă-i proprietăți, cred. Dă-i ăla. Și dă-i ok. Dă-i ok. Dă-i, apasă iară pe ochiul ăla. Stai, că e delay.
Mă aud? Ia. Ia stai un pic că intru și eu după de curiozitate. Ia. Ia să vedem. S-aude bine? Dar nu mă aud. Ia stai un pic că intru. Ba da, mă aud. Hai că mă aud. Hai că e bine. Bun, chat. Avem două persoane, bun. Și un like apare. Ia să vedem. S-aude bine? Bun, ce ne jucăm? Ce ne jucăm, Ianise? Ce vrei? Ce băgăm? Ia zi. Hai că te aud și pe Discord, cred. Ce băgăm? Ce jucăm? Bă, dar cum fac gen să văd chat-ul în dreapta?
Mă auzi?
Cum fac să se vadă? Da, tu te auzi, hai zi. Stai să pun. Ia zi, cum fac să se vadă pe dreapta chat-ul?
Ce zici, mă?
Nu te aud. Te aud încet. Cum fac?
Alo.
Bă, hai pe WhatsApp, că nu te aud.
Stai că acum mă aud.
Și vorbește acolo. Și aici doar uită-te.
Mă auzi acum?
Ia stai, proprietăți.
Alo.
Te aud! Dar nu știu cum fac, că nu se vede în dreapta chat-ul. Setări. Ia. Stream. Nume. Lăs așa. Mi s-a șoptit în căscuță că trebuie să pun aici să vă dau să vedeți campionatul de Brawl Stars. Stai așa. Mi s-a șoptit în căscuță. Bun. Cum se chema? Bun, hai să mergem pe Google. Dacă îmi vedeți asta, n-am ce să fac pentru... Opa! S-a dat click la ceva, dar nu s-a văzut prea bine, deci...
Mi s-a șoptit în căscuță.
Ăsta. Dar oricum n-aveți ce face cu e-mailul, deci... Da. Ok, bun. Bă, care era? Stai așa. Care era? Stai. Wait. Ăsta. Bun. Urmărește, hai să vedem.
Instead, they still
Whoa!
come out with
Mamă,
a win.
ce
I love that they made the creative choice and it still paid off. I think Team Heretics are looking better this month, but is better good enough to beat Foot? Yet to be proven.
Sper că se vede bine.
Well, on to our second set, and I'm sure Team Heretics would prefer to have left that in the past from Heist on then to Hideout. For me, I think Pier, Byron, heavy consideration, Spike also, Jaeyoung, RT, definitely those
Instead, they
guys.
still come out with a win. I love that they made the creative choice and it still paid off. I think Team Heretics are looking better this month, but is better good enough to beat.
Him be so prevalent prior to the latest installment of Buffy's, and it's just kind of fallen by the wayside, it feels.
Pierce is definitely a good brawler, especially in pro players' hands, but I think just the fact that there's these new Buffy brawlers, especially BB, Bull, just feels like there's so many health points in the meta right now that Pierce sometimes doesn't stand a chance in those moments. So global bans, of course, no Glowy, no Crow. Those are the normal brawlers, I would say, that are never going to show up here. Bull, once again, though, I believe escaped that ban phase, if I saw it right. A couple other brawlers yesterday that got banned out that I'm curious to see if they make an appearance here. Bell and Byron, a couple of those longer range ones that teams really like.
Well, RT here, not banned, left wide open. Spike Byron's the top pick here for Foot Esports, but whether they're banning them all just to steer away from that strategy could be something that they've got in mind here. Definitely still some unflashy brawlers available here, like Gus as well. Bell sometimes an option if you want to have the RT. You sometimes want to pair it with that just to kind of take away the mark from your opposition. It is going to be the Byron, so I'm worried here for Heretics because this is really obvious in their practice.
Sometimes you'll see Ollie plus Byron come out, and now that we've seen Kaze, who's an assassin, not necessarily a tank, and you have that Byron who's a blend of support brawler plus long distance, I think it could make sense. I don't know if it's necessarily at this 2-3 pick, which obviously it's not. It's going to be Angelo coming in here, but I think it's something that they can keep their mind open for in a 6 pick if they like the other end in the matchups that it could provide.
Kaze would be a good pairing here with Gus, and it's definitely still open. I think that would be quite nice for me, and then give them some flexibility for that 3rd and final pick here. Still worried about that RT though. I feel like that is definitely a concern. It could be what Esports are looking to have in the later stages of their draft. You've got the aggression. Certainly Andrew will have the escape. Nanny going to come in for some control and somewhat of a valuable peep, but they've got to connect with the Byron here as well on the other side of the field. That's going to, for the most part, keep Foot standing, so if they can focus their attention on that, he is squidged to Kaze, so that could be where, at the moment, Team Heretics, I think.
They've got Blue Star and Kaze. Now they've got Nani, who's a long-range sharpshooter that particularly does well into other sharpshooters. So I like that one-on-one matchup if it goes into a Byron, and I'm also fine with it if it goes into Angelo. Return to Cinder, of course, can send back those heavy-hitting shots from Angelo really well. So this is a very good overall composition. Now they've grabbed Charlie, and I think Charlie is mainly due to spawners that come on the map, but when you see Byron as well, not only are you grabbing Spiderlings to deal with the single-shot brawlers, now you're preventing and playing the Cocoon game as well. If the left-hand side wanted to go with an aggressive or a tanky brawler, they have a shutdown mechanic for that.
3rd and final pick then for Foot Esports. The Byron's great, but it needs to have more synergy with something else in this draft, so we can see what is on their minds in that respect. Charlie going to be able to counter heavily those kind of tanky brutes. Mina going into it, of course, can evade away from that Cocoon, and I think in the hands of someone like Angel Boy or Guesty, it's very, very aggressive. I think they were kind of always gearing up for it with that Mortis ban. That first pick Byron kind of indicated that they were going for something of a playmaker. I quite like that reason.
Another solid draft, I would say, from Team Heretics, but didn't go their way in the first one, regardless of what we thought was going to be a quality opportunity. Foot Esports have just been a little bit better over this region. Team Heretics with plenty of brawl left to be played, though plenty of opportunity to prove that they deserve a shot at a grand finals. A lot of young talent on this team. Marco and Sabine with phenomenal 2025 seasons. iChaos, their longtime veteran, picks them up. Now it's going to be a battle of young guns. Guesty in his opening debut, 1-for-1, rocking the Angelo on the middle of your screen, while Angel Boy, a brawler that really stood out for me last month. He was phenomenal with this guy. It's going to be piloting it here on Hideout.
There's an intentional tank there by Angel Boy. Better now that he's gone to the middle lane, because now Nob can help him with heals, but there was a moment at the beginning where they were so far apart. Nob has got to shadow Angel Boy here realistically. Nice tap there from Guesty. Oh, that was a valuable dash away there from Marco. Could be costly. Angel Boy will pick up that kill there. Chaos will fall. Nob is still continuing the aggression here, getting some good taps for it, but that's going to be a poison trick down, and outstaying is welcome. Still surviving though in that mid.
Right where he left off last month, Angel Boy still playing spectacularly with this brawler. Now they see some plays on the left-hand side for potential. Has a Hurricane available. There's Sabine though, dropping the Charlie Cocoon, making sure that they slow down the aggressive onslaught that Angel Boy can provide. Nob there, over the wall. Gonna lob up a little poison. This time it's going to be healing. Nani Peep sees this though. Angel Boy trying to make some contact before iChaos pops out. They abort. Know that they have to get out of harm's way before Angel Boy can pursue the kill.
Nice there from Angel Boy. Still duking around this. Guesty looking to get a piercing shot potentially here. No goes for Chaos. Return to Sender Gadget. Nicely timed there by iChaos. A tap return. Guesty now popping that That Rage Gear coming through. Sabine on the left-hand side has got Hypercharge, finds Angel Boy as well. And now look at this, when he comes back out, straight into the hands of both Marco and Chaos, they secure it and get the lead for then Team Heretics.
Here comes the Nani Pete from the back lines, and Marco still has the blue star in hand, so this is advantage Team Heretics all the way. Foot Esports have to find a kill in the next 10 seconds. Guesty flanking left-hand side while Angel Boy works the right-handed. Marco there to cover for the teammates. Backs against the wall for Team Heretics. The purple button pop doesn't make a difference. Foot Esports can't close out. Team Heretics will take game 1.
Yes, a few overextensions. I want to see more support there from the Byron as well. It was a tough game for Nob to try to find those healing shots, and in the way the map is as well, it's kind of tough to, you really got to go deep into that spawn side and be on an all-3 player assault to really get the most out of the Byron here. It's kind of hard to get the line of sight.
Woo, Marco nearly makes a whiff there. Was going for that blue star, just a misstep, but does end up clicking it just in the nick of time. But low HP will force Team Heretics all the way to their spawn side. Once again, Angel Boy throwing a kick, a dash away, easy dance move to secure that kill.
This is where Nob can really thrive here, but now it's going to be a little bit cautious on this left-hand side. Just got to avoid the flank, get the pinch there between Guesty. He's struggling a little bit to land these shots. Nice there from Angel Boy, but the Swadlings here. And of course, even the problem was being in the windmill. And look at that. Sabine survives now. Nice shot there from Guesty. It had to be done. They couldn't leave him standing, but Marco not finished yet. A sweep. Heretics now on fire.
Definitely not what you want to see out of Foot Esports, especially for such a low HP brawler. They weren't able to secure that kill in time and allowed Team Heretics time to respond. Now they're up 4. One of the bigger leads we've seen in this entire set. Sabine already set up, has a super available. Spiralings to deal with Angelo, the single shot brawler. Meanwhile, Kaze under heavy fire. This blue star is going to be swung.
Chaos still surviving the right-hand side. And now Marco going straight in for Nob for the jugular as well, getting back out, using it as well in the defense. Lovely stuff. Now Angel Boy can't really even aggress, can't even help his teammate there. He's got to wait for the Byron Hills to come through, and at the moment, Foot Esports looking very shaky, although in terms of stars, not far behind.
Nob and Angel Boy pairing on this right-hand side. Nob takes one to the face. Nani peeps straight to the dome. Will stay alive. Windmill going up for Angel Boy. They're going to play alongside him. They want the support brawler with Angel Boy, but he's not making enough contact. Has that super in the back pocket, needs to use it though. Guesty jumping right on him. What was that?
Not great. Angel Boy trying to make up for lost time now. Marco down to 1,000 HP, but has got the hypercharge as well. Nob there, a nice gadget there. Does find Chaos. That's still going to put Foot behind by 3 stars, though. They need to find something. Marco here going to go on the aggressive, can afford to do so as well. The blue star still with Team Heretics, and they extend the lead even more. So it's going to be a set, a comfortable set of that, as Team Heretics will equalize things out.
Foot Esports can bleed. Really impressive showing from Team Heretics, demonstrating growth from last month. The exact same matchup in the quarterfinals. And outside of the set that Team Heretics won, it never really felt like they were in it. This is the first time I've truly believed that Foot Esports are beatable.
To be honest though, I did feel like in the qualifiers that Navi might have been able to do it there, but you've got to remember this is a team that have already beat that very team here today, Heretics, knocking out Navi in the quarterfinals. Maybe for Esports just like a little bit lacking compared to last month, but we saw some 3-1s, not the end of the world. I think for Esports have got plenty of time to work out where this one went wrong. For me, it's tough to make Angelo work at the moment. I'm finding that Brawler's kind of just dropped off a little bit. It's still being trialed, it can get some great results. But it's just an assassination meta, it's a tanky meta, it's just really hard to make that one shot really pack the punch.
Guesty's still leading his team in kills, but to your point, it just never really felt like it was an even fight. I felt like Team Heretics had a tinge more success throughout that, especially in game number 2. It really started to be a runaway. I think, once again, a really solid draft. They didn't have the 6th overall pick, so they had to make sure whatever the left-hand side went with, they were well equipped for. This is such a balanced roster. Nani can deal well with a long range from Angelo and Byron. In 1v1 situations, you favored that. That was a great Kaze game as well, and then Charlie, Spiderlings plus Cocoon brought them a ton of value. Even though Team Heretics lost that first set, again, we were kind of talking about the fact that Foot leave the bull available, Team Heretics making the no-brainer decision to go that very competitive one as well. I think the talk of the town all weekend has been these rosters of Zeta Division, the Foot Esports. Just because they won last month does not mean March is going to be copy and paste. And I think that's a lesson I'm certainly going to take away from yesterday. Despite that, I still pick Foot, but I just want to make that point out there. This isn't last month. These teams learn and grow.
Let's see, going into Hard Rock Mine then. On a fresh draft, I'm looking for Heretics to maybe try and catch the Rico here. As we know, Chaos probably the best in this region, if not the world, on this very brawler, on this very map. Chester definitely going to have a very solid game here, no doubt about it. Bull as well, one that was not globally banned, that would absolutely thrive under these circumstances. I kind of want to see that brawler be valued higher here, and it's not banned out still. The Rika ban is there, however. Chester going to be left open. That could be what For Esports are feeling. Again, if they don't pick Bull here themselves, they're planning to defend against it.
It's probably either Bull or very likely could be something like a Chester. This could be the exact same math that we've seen earlier today. You go anti-tank, anti-aggro early with that first overall, or you just lock in the best brawler in the game.
My hands are on Chester already for Esports. They clearly are not too worried about Bull, but in this particular map, it's definitely a bit more risky, I would say. Chester, yeah, it is going to be exactly that still. For Esports has spent a lot of time looking to counter these big, scary brawlers, and the question now is, are Team Heretics going to feed into it? Are they going to steer away from it? There's definitely still plenty of options here. They do kind of like the kind of 8-bit mid, which is a bit of an interesting choice. Ali here as well was a great map for her. I'm looking for those kind of like specific brawlers.
We're on the same page. I was thinking 8-bit off the top of the dome too. It's been a popular brawler in East Asia and EMEA, and on top of that, I think if you went something like an 8-bit Bull, now you've got the range game, and you've just got so many health points. It almost forced this left-hand side to go hyper defense. And that's something that you want to be in Team Heretics. You want to be in control. Instead, they're going to go with Charlie. No qualms with this, really. I mean, again, we talked about it a lot, but Spiderlings are such a powerful tool. Cocoon, especially into an enemy gym carrier, can kind of spill those out as well. So having that mechanic in this game mode is very important.
Yeah, Charlie, one of the highest win rates in scrims across the teams that are competing here today is 77%. So it is definitely tried and tested for the most part, and more often than not comes out with those goods. Could also potentially see a Lily here. Again, it's a very Filippo pick. Bull going to come through for Heretics. Yeah, it's scary, but I still feel like For Esports have got the strategy to defend against it. Let's see how they feel. The Chester going to have to mirror it, absolutely for sure. Still some other brawlers that could be a problematic thing to see here. It could be a kit coming through. There's a potential. For Esports do like to cause problems with it. Ruff's banned out of the global bans definitely would make a lot of sense in this particular instance as well. But things like Cordelius, they're not out the question. They could deviate away from this.
I think they could use even more beef into something like a Bull, and I think Sandy's a blend of both. Using the Sweet Dreams gadget to put Bull to sleep, so if it's charging at you, that is a mechanic you can use to kind of feature that. The invisibility is also very powerful on Hard Rock Mine, but I think they need something of a mid here because I don't necessarily love a Chester into Charlie. I'm sure it's manageable, more neutral than I would say a benefit, but I would also like to see them grab a more traditional gym carrier that can work.
BB here still available. I mean, it's like, going to be tough to make work with the ball so prevalent, but just want to point it out. Not globally banned, not banned. There's a map for it. Tara now coming through for Esports. Again, it's a very Tara-friendly map. I think that the Psychic Enhancer gadget can get a ton of value here, but also support from beyond. I think it's very versatile. You can just have options open, have a heal behind you as well, and break some of the bush here as well, which obviously the ball is looking to depend upon to remain hidden.
3 mid-range brawlers for the left-hand end. I think Sandy or Tara could technically work into a Charlie. It's going to require some good mechanics to dodge things out, but just 2 brawlers that do really well in Gym Grab in general, and again, are closer to neutral. Ooh, a Penny pick, though. I think this could be a pretty solid salt into something like the Tara spawners that can go down. This gives them also another option at mid, so I think this is going to be a little flexible for the right-hand side. Penny's somebody that shows up every once in a while. I don't hate it here. I'm just kind of curious to see how it fares.
Penny can be one of these brawlers that I'm just not thrilled to see. It's like one that can have some great synergy, though we saw yesterday in East Asia with that Charlie. It's really quite a new thing that I've not really seen many people experiment with, but it does make a lot of sense to consider here. I'm just not overly thrilled by it.
It's gonna be Chester playing the mid. Something that's become more common. We've seen the Leons and Chesters of this world kind of go into these heavier tanky brawlers, but instead, though, they're going to have to deal with a Charlie. So Nob left-hand side, Angel Boy battling against Subin, but the better brawler gets the best of them early.
Let's see. Marco does need to get that turret as quickly as possible, realistically, here. Gets to with the 3 gems, Angel Boy lurking, and get a nice, easy takedown there with the Gravity and assert his position as well. Spirit's going to be quite problematic here, not opting to have the healing shade as well, so they'll be gunning their way towards Heretics throughout the entire game.
keeping my eye on Marco as well. I think Penny is going to have a tough time, especially now that Angel Boy already has a hypercharged super. That is a free frag for him. iKaos in the long range, left all alone. Guesty encircling him. It's a Foot Esports onslaught early.
They're not running either the trusty Spyglass with Penny, which is the gadget which allows you to lock on with that cocoon, with the Charlie, the synergy at the back of it. They're running Salty Barrel. I'm just kind of surprised. It worked out so well yesterday for Crazy Raccoon, and they really championed it. They won the entire monthly final at the back of it. It just feels like they're a bit all over the place.
Slow down onto Angel Boy due to the star power choice there. Sabine, low HP, can't dive in without dying. It's Foot Esports having their way in game number 1. Guesty can comfortably back down the lines. There are definitely some unusual choices in this draft. Marco on the Penny, certainly one of them kind of a double mid here. It just didn't feel like the squad had enough firepower to deal with Foot Esports. This is a team that is tough to beat already, and on top of that, you're just going to need a good draft. So still some convincing to do for me, Team Heretics, to see if there's any validity to this.
I'm not feeling this at all, honestly. And if the games go that quick, you know, the Penny can't really get any value, can't get set up. I mean, that's kind of like, you're placing just a lot on that very brawler, and if you're not even going to get a mortar, I mean, what's the point, you know? Let's see, Angel Boy already aggressing this right-hand side. Sabine in a tough spot here, pinch between Guesty and Angel Boy here. That's a nice stun, just nicely done there between Guesty. Great communication, and Foot Esports really kicking up a gear.
Jester's an agent of chaos and rolled the dice perfectly. Got the stun, easy takedown on the Bull. He's a great brawler, but I like how Foot are confident into dealing with this. Now a second set where they played Team Heretics allowed them to do Chester versus Bull. And the first time it worked out, the second time it's been pretty convincing as well.
This is better. Marco got set up. And now you see the difference, the slower pace of Foot Esports. They can't go where they need to go equally as much. Sabine is still pinched here. Look at that, it's a lovely sweet dribble stun, as you literally called out prior to the match. It's a great shutdown on the ball. Now Angel Boy can really capitalize down this low HP of Sabine. And now this is where the Penny turret is going to get exposed potentially here. Foot Esports might just decide to use the Sandstorm here, get the gems, and then try to retreat.
Nob will take cover. The big super that he just dropped as iKaos is still on the back heel. Sabine doing anything he can to move up this map, but it's been hard to take an inch. Spiderling's there for a little extra protection, but Angel Boy, Guesty, all of them can deal with these pretty adequately. Finally, Team Heretics have a little bit of space to work with. Sabine is the one they have to keep their eyes on. I've already seen Angel Boy just fan outshot repeatedly, not even doubling down on this. Sabine, though, activating Hypercharge. Down goes one, gets Nob as well. Guesty now in trouble, too. This isn't a great super that he could have. It's a poisonous cloud, but he needs more than that. Angel Boy, thankfully, there to suffice for him. Grabs a few of those gems, but Sabine still hurting. Now Marco drops a Hypercharge as well. The Penny turret gonna get some value here.
Not played so well there for his team. He really did. Prior to that, he was able to get the turret down twice in that top left as Marco was able to cycle it. I mean, he was the man there with the helping hand of the Sandstorm to really come in to helping hand the situation to save their gems, but it's not over yet. He's still got more work to do, and the Heretics on 11 gems can retreat back. Foot Esports cannot get this from the mid. They've got to go straight into the Lion's Den, into the back spawn side. I don't think that with the help of Guesty, they're not low HP, can't close this gap, and that is a huge steal. Heretics exuding confidence, and getting a game in this set is crucial.
Last month, it was all Foot Esports. This month, it feels like much more of a fair fight. Again, this is just a completely different roster than what we saw last time. Their qualification stage, very similar. But when it comes down to this, especially after seeing them go 3-2 versus Na'Vi, and in fairness, Na'Vi went 3-2 in qualifiers against Foot just this month, I think we possibly could be shaping up for some craziness here in EMEA. I'm welcoming it, but still, this is going to be a pivotal one. 1-1 in our set number 3. Either squad could take a lead just off the backs of this game.
Yes, Sabine now can afford to go on the aggressive. Guesty is low here, and he knows that even if he goes down, he's going to earn that valuable dash, that power through, that hypercharge potential for later on in the game, which was the turning point in the previous one. Let's see. Angel now, yeah, he's already got super as well, so definitely a threat here. Guesty on 4 gems. Look at this. Shut down, very nicely stunned there by Foot Esports, and despite the gems being dropped, I'm not overly worried for it, as Guesty now back on the field.
Still bought them a little time, but to your point, no, it didn't grab them any extra gems, nor positioning really. I mean, Marco's able to climb up a little bit down this left-hand side, but Nob just got to play this matchup pretty patiently in general. A fresh mid for Guesty there, popping that super as well. Nob now able to go up to Sweet Dreams, making contact. iKaos in trouble, gets one. Guesty trying to go around this. Oh, a purple button just to try and get the extra damage and a little extra speed, but didn't equate to much. Guesty swoops in, grabs a few gems, and now the middle is going to be all theirs too. They're almost to 10.
They fed Sabine there again. He had the hypercharge at the back of that last run. Now he's got a super too. Angel Boy has hypercharge himself, but does need to find a super. Running the Black Portal star power as well, so that is a problem for Sabim. A nice stun there from Nob behind him, but look at this. That's what I'm saying. Ball is just undefeatable. He literally says you cannot beat the ball. It's looking that way.
Beautiful tag out of iChaos. Still need to gain some possession of the mid. Gesty dropping a hypercharge on the right-hand side. Pop rocks forward. Cole lands the cocoon, though. Now this could get interesting as Angel Boy and Gesty fall. The low HP hypercharge for Marco doesn't do much, though. Turret's going to be out of distance as Foot work their way backwards. Still a defensive stance, though. Only one of them can die. Nob now with a hypercharge gives them a little extra boost. Sabim diving in despite being one of the best, if not the best brawler in this game. The mechanics of Foot Esports prevail. They're going to be up 2-1 in this heavy-hitting match.
A crucial set. Really was fantastic to see Foot iron out the creases. It could have gone either way, genuinely, both sides giving it their all. Sabim with that ball, dangerous, scary. But despite it, you see how Nob was there to support more in those right-hand side lanes and just be there for those pushes there. Exactly, the Sweet Dream stun every time. Some shaky moments there for Foot, no doubt about it, but more often than not, they were communicating better.
Shaky moments, and Team Heretics came close to actually winning this set again. They already take set 1 off the hands of Foot Esports. Now, the huge question is it going to be a 3-1 again, just like it was last month, okay?
I think there's real potential for it still, but to me, this feels much closer. Last month, despite the scoreline, it really felt like Foot Esports were in full control. And now we're seeing Team Heretics come alive. I'm a little reassured because they fell flat-footed last month, but this month they've shown up in the fight. Even if they somehow drop this match, I'm much more confident as the year progresses in them now because I wasn't in month 1.
I love that there from Gesty as well. You see there, just Angel Boy was there for the support. That cycling the hypercharge, absolutely devastating. Yeah, 10 kills above his head there. 42 gems also, but Sabim, I want to draw attention to him, despite low DPS, in all intents and purposes for a bull. You know, you're still getting 10 kills, you're still making plays for your team.
Deadpool and Chester, definitely the 2 MVPs for either of these sides. Gesty, for me, it just was not hittable. Even that game number 2 that Team Heretics wins in the end. At the beginning, Gesty is just Chesty because he plays Chester. Gesty just ran across the map and played super aggressive despite him being the champ carrier. That was super impressive. What is actually funny to me is that Novo last year with Marco Sabim and Piso back then won the March monthly finals, and nobody really saw them coming. Nobody thought they would actually have what it takes to win a grand final. March might be their month, maybe even this year. Team Heretics looking a lot stronger this month than they did last month.
Still a lot of work to be done, though. I mean, down 2-1 here. I think the one thing, I feel like Team Heretics have been notable just because this is a significant improvement from what we saw last month. But credit to Foot as well. They've let Bull go down twice. Both those sets they've ended up winning. I would say that was a rather, different kind of set too. 3 medium-range brawlers. Some of them have been really good in in Gym Grab in the past, heading over to Hot Zone. But Gym Grab in the past, and despite that, they've still found these interesting ways to win. I feel like Foot are just comfortable in these chaotic, scrappy situations.
Yeah, it's really bold, isn't it? You know, when you spend all your time looking to defend against the biggest problem rather than looking to home to pick it up. I like that. It really does display a lot of confidence. Leon first picked them for Esports, which I really quite like to see. M's out the equation. Amber could be an option then for them also here. They do like to bring it in, but Chester Ban definitely smells a tank brewing maybe on the side there of Team Heretics. The Lu pick is a very, very good one here as well. Mina, I think, would be a very Foot Esports kind of brawler pick, but also Heretics too. Options available for sure.
Lu and Spike would be those 2 brawlers that have their own circle to throw over the Hot Zone circle and get control with that immediately, and those 2 are immediately picked up here by the right-hand side here. One side is Heretics picking up the Lu as first pick. On the left-hand side, we have now Leon and Spike, with Foot Esports going very aggressive here. A lot of damage, and the Leon once more to just wreak havoc in the backlines.
Last month, teams would have loved to grab Ali here, so I'm curious if anybody pulls the trigger on it. I don't necessarily love those odds into something like a Spike and a Leon right now, but the map just fits her so well. Leon, of course, going to be the most popular, I would say, aggressive option that can slide through. Yeah, they're just going to slide differently, but 2 very aggressive options, I might add. I mean, 2 assassins coming through in Mina that can drop the shield. I think they'll play around that. I think more than likely you're going to see Mina and Lu kind of march up this mid, try and take as much control as possible, then drop that gadget at the final moment so they can maintain a little bit of control. Wouldn't be surprised, too, if they ran something like the Ice Block gadget for Lu, just so they can gain even more percentage points. This feels like a good squad that could rotate time in that Hot Zone.
quite an important final pick now here for esports. Wouldn't mind necessarily to see something with some range. I mean, they've got to have, Meg come through. And that survivability kept in check. Meg gonna probably feed a lot into the Lou though. That is a concern, so I'm looking for this Leon pick to really go on a tear.
Meg surprised us before today. Once again, she has no healer at her side, but she did do pretty well before. Might as well do well for Foot now too. Let's see if Foot Esports can actually close things out here, or if we're gonna get to see another set. I would love it, honestly.
Set 5 feels right. Team Heretics have been very competitive against EMEA's top dogs of 2026. I would argue this is probably the first time that Guesty in his career in the BSC has really had any pushback, any real potential of dropping a match, yet they are still ahead of the curve. 2-1 to Foot Esports. Jumping into the match is going to be Team Heretics early on. You see Mina in the middle. I'm assuming, yeah, there it is. Windmill going to go down rather soon. Low HP for Foot, though. Not able to quite fight for this entirely. That's part of the influence with Meg. It's a beefy brawler with 2 extra lives. That's perfect for a mode like this.
Angel going on the aggressive. Finds all 3 members of Heretics. You're not going to come out of that one. I can tell you that for free. Sabine continuing the assault here on Guesty. Looking to get back in mech, but wasting a lot of time now. Finally getting back into the swing of things here. Sabine dancing around this, but surely going to be pinched out here and does go down. Guesty already out of mech.
Couple times now too. It's just a real tough, especially in Nakaze. Doesn't have a chance. Just gonna throw up a few pistol shots, but can't do much more than that. Angel Boy swept away as well. Nob left all alone. Light Plant on the ground. Hurricane meets him though. It's gonna be a close call. Drops a super too. It feels like a little bit of a waste. They're gonna have to tiptoe around this. Oh, but following up from a baseball bat from Guesty. What a big swing. A response immediately from Lou though. Both of these sides just constantly going back and forth.
Guesty staying on the zone there as well, despite the freeze, which I really value. On the side of Foot Esports, every percent matters. Marco low on the right-hand side. Nope, should be able to find it, but actually struggles to get connections. And now it's left to Guesty. Marco is a thorn in that right-hand side.
iChaos drops the temperature in the middle of the map. It's a winter wonderland, so they can take a little bit of time, gain those percentage points. Now well over 30%. Blooming Season available for Nob. Won't quite click the hypercharge. Sabine dancing around this, steps in, out, but Guesty now in prime position. This is not a favorable matchup for them into something like the Lou. There's Marco doing their best to contest. They just need a few more points, and now Sabine sweeping in for more. A Windmill going down to stay indestructible. Angel Boy cleans up with only a couple percentage points. A hypercharge from iChaos. All he has to do is get on there for a couple seconds, and that'll do it. Another great demonstration from Team Heretics that they might have what it takes to go the distance.
Good stuff from Heretics. So winning comp, potentially here, but it's not out of the question for Esports to be able to fight back. Guesty had a really tough game there. Honestly, out of mech for more than he was actually in mech, I would like to say. And not really able to finalize these kills into these Kazes. These are the mistakes that are starting to stack up slightly, and you know, you've got to kind of capitalize down when you're in the lead. They can't really afford to give Heretics a set here and then bank it for going their way in the 5th final.
Marco swings low early. Sabine there to clean up the rest, though. Angel Boy and Nob prevailed, though. This is a great start for Foot Esports. Now they've got Angel Boy on this top right-hand side. Lollipop drop in the back for extra speed. Marco just forced to rush in. Goes right at them. A super going down for Nob, though. An easy tackle from Guesty. Foot Esports, close call. Thank goodness they had that ice rink there. Otherwise, Team Heretics could have lost serious percentage points.
Yeah, Angel Boy overextending, a little bit overconfident, and I'd like to see that Leon stay better in that position. I love the Lollipop drop back as well. Those gadgets now being aimable really allows you to support your teammates better. Angel Boy low, Guesty low here as well in this mid, gets the helping hand of the life ball. Oh! And there's the swipe! Hypercharge, biting back and keeping Foot Esports in this objective.
The young gun was saved by the Light Plant, and thank goodness it did, because he got a huge crack at the bat into 2 different Team Heretics enemies. Now they're well over 25% in the lead. A Blooming Season going down for Nob. A second super going down too. Complete possession of the map for Foot Esports.
iChaos has got the freeze, will place it down in a good spot. It's protected now, the objective, Guesty's not going to risk it, not with that meter there in such a close proximity. 81% to Foot Esports, but Heretics are starting to climb forwards. Hypercharge for Sabine does find Guesty, throws where she falls onto the zone, but not enough for Esports to keep him alive. Nob now trying his best to the left-hand side, but throws the desperation super into the mid, and it's not going to cut it.
Team Heretics have really taken advantage. Angel Boy had to sit out for a long time, dropped to 70 HP. Because of that, they had the numbers. They can maintain the mid. Guesty once again makes a wild swing and great contact. Now up to 90%. It's going to be a buzzer beater kind of finish. Sabine has to rush in. Marco staying alive. Nob falling low, 169, but will hold on for dear life. Foot Esports and yet another match point to go to their second grand finals of the year.
I cannot emphasize enough how much FUT Esports need this game. If it goes to a 5th and the draft just doesn't quite work out, it's going to be disastrous for FUT. But it's a close affair, it really is. I mean, that was down to the wire, and Guesty with some really nice hypercharges for me, really saved that last game.
My advice, kill them while you can. Do not let Team Heretics get another one. To your point, you never know what happens when you go to a set 5. Guesty knocked out of the mech early, low HP, windmill going down for Sabim as Angel Boy is there to protect his teammate Guesty, looking for the extra P-shooter shots, low HP for him as well. And sometimes he finds the kill. Look at the rookie go.
That was such a great shot. Oh, lovely life palm there as well from Nob, just capitalizing down on this body blocking for Sabim, but Sabim not done yet. Really aggressive plays. Now scooting over to that left-hand side, but it's FUT Esports now, approaching 50% now. Heretics back in the zone, big freeze from Chaos, and making up for some lost time.
Tit for tat, Team Heretics now back in the middle of the map, but Angel Boy getting sneaky, top right-hand side, has that smoke trails available to, pops out, and Night Chaos is a goner. Now Guesty surging up the middle of the map while Nob holds onto a super. Marco pierces, Guesty misses, Angel Boy still on the grassy side though. Marco versus Guesty, this is an important one. Oh, a hypercharge going down, Marco with 3 HP, willing to gamble, and it doesn't end up working out.
Guesty gets 2 with the P-shooter, that's ridiculous. But look at the scoreline, it's neck and neck still, and Heretics are not out of the question yet. Angel Boy now with the hypercharge, trying to find Sabim with Guesty. He should get the final save, but Sabim is still dancing around to the left-hand side. Finally goes down, hypercharge of Nob, big heavy punches, and Marco now doing his best in this mid to just keep his teammates alive.
Photo finish. Team Heretics have one last shot to extend their tournament life. Now climbing to 90%. Triple King available for Sabim as Nob marches forward, grabs one, goes for a second. Star player Angel Boy, though, can't get the kill, and we're going to set 5.
Big smiles on the face of Heretics there. And it's not hard to know why. They've got a real chance now, a massive opportunity to topple the Titan of this region. One more set, or will FUT Esports bring it back together, because those aren't bad stats.
Now this is Brawl Stars. It came down to the wire between Team Heretics and FUT. Many people have seen FUT already in the grand finals before the day has even started. And now Team Heretics, a team that many didn't even have on the board of winning against Navi, might be making it through here. We would have another winner today if they make it through, for sure, because FUT Esports, the winners of the February monthly final, are looking a little shaky now.
Good. I'm glad they're challenged. The region needs this. I want to see some serious competition. And again, this is kind of the first time that we've seen Guesty in a position in his entire BSC career, that short one of now 2 months here, of course, but last month, there was never really a moment where we had a set 5 with them. It was just comfortable, always leading, it felt like, for the most part. And now we get to see what he's made of. This is the first high-intensity situation we're really getting to see out of him.
I think, for me, global bans are making a big impact, because a team like FUT Esports, you know, they've got some real sort of brawler picks which everyone's very savvy to. The Mortises, the Counters, the Shellys, that kind of stuff. And I think now with global bans playing such a role, it's allowing teams to get the upper hand maybe potentially here. This one's far from over. Heretics done super well, but they have gone to the 5th and final set again today. They've got to be getting surely a bit tired of this, no?
Well, maybe. Let's see if they are tired or if they can still turn things around their own way. 3-2 in the end would still be a worse result we've seen from them all year long so far, Cuddy.
I mean, I'm thrilled. They might be tired of it. I am not. Let's keep the train rolling with the set 5, folks. You know what I'm saying? It's just staggering to see the improvement out of Team Heretics. Now they're showing that, hey, maybe they are one of the top teams, and they might just be the best team this month.
Maybe Team Heretics is. Who knows? FUT Esports is the team to beat, so I believe if they now make it through the semis, they can also beat whatever we throw at them in the grand finals.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it's still long way away. I mean, this is going to be a super important set to obtain for both of these two teams. FUT Esports, of course, last monthly final champion. They're looking to double down. They're looking to secure their place at Brawl Cup. For Heretics, you know, it wasn't a good month at all. They are looking for their revenge against this very team that knocked them out in the quarterfinals last month. They need this. They need to be able to get the points on the board and have a contendership for Brawl Cup.
I kind of like that it all ends here on Knockout. This is going to be the last map, no matter who will make it through. We see Guesty locked in here. Nob a bunch of hair also locked in. And we're starting the draft here now. Ziggy, Double Ben, Jean and Leon on the left-hand side. And then for the first pick here, Team Heretics up. Meeple, Spike and Ziggy banned out. What's going to be the first pick here? RT, always a mainstay on Knockout. Maybe not really first pick worthy though. Gus, Angelo, still left open. Would also be 2 of my first picks here, Kenny.
Kid is a very FUT Esports kind of brawler, and this is also a map that caters really well. We actually saw this in the global bans several times, and I've seen FUT Esports scrim this map to perfection so many times with this brawler. I'm curious, or at least just in general, but I'm curious if they end up doing this. I think it's tough sometimes to pull off at a 2-3 turn, but if you want the kit, you might just have to grab it early.
I love it, cool. I think that although it's got a slightly lower than 50% win rate for FUT Esports, it's definitely time to dare. RT gonna come through. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, but it's putting a bit of risk attached to this comp, to be completely honest. I think that maybe Heretics are playing it just a little bit safer for now, but they've got to have an answer for this kit.
All 3 brawlers picked so far were mentioned by the casters. We still got it, guys. Let's go. Next pick, maybe a Brock alongside D'Angelo to help opening up the map and give D'Angelo a bit more space to work around. They need something against the kit, like you already mentioned, Ark. Usually that would be Cordelius, but he just doesn't bring the range on an open map like this one. It's going to be Ollie instead, another aggressive brawler, and he is a little tankier, so it might be a bit, better against the kit than something squishy.
Maybe take the Byron here just to allow that Ollie to have more additional support. You got to have some heals. Sometimes Barley with Heretics, but in this stage of the draft, it's a really risky time to do that, especially now with the kit as well. You know, it's not really what you can afford to do. See how they feel about things, but I like your shout with the Brock as well. I feel like that might also take away some coverage from the kit to be able to be mobile, to use that cardboard box, squeak for control. The Heretics, that is what they feel is going to be enough to make their way to the grand finals here.